Hello, Abe.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good, good. Windy today, crazy.
Crazy day today. And last night was
Mhm.
also pretty bad.
Last night?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize that. Today was terrible.
but trees
I
were
had to run up to my, I had to run up to my keeper every time.
uh, okay. So tomorrow, he said, what time was he doing tomorrow? 5:30?
I think so, yes, because the mincha starts like at 6:30 or something like that.
Later, I think. 5:30. Shabbat?
Maybe Shabbat is 5. The candle lighting is 5:47, 6. No, 5. I I have to wait for the
Okay, but where does he do it?
Nicoleno to be on the.
Where does he do it?
Huh?
Where does he do it on Shabbat? Where does he do it on Shabbat?
Where?
Where?
In what shul you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to Young Israel. Ernie goes to Yavne.
Young Israel Hancock Park?
Yeah. Let's see. I don't
Hi.
think. I don't think.
Mincha is 6:43, het lag benchen.
Oh, 6:43, Mincha?
Yeah. No,
Oh.
leg benchen is 6:43. There is two minchas.
Yeah. No. One is earlier, I think.
One is at 5:35, and the other one is at 6:50 p.m.
Yeah, we missed the first one because he wants to make the give the shir tomorrow at 5:30, I think.
I don't know why he doesn't do it in the morning. Why don't we do it in the morning? What is this of doing it at night?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Oh no, we used to do it in the morning, and that's it. Take care of it.
Yeah. Senor Walter. Melvo.
Where's the Rebbe?
Where? I don't know. Where are
I'm
you?
just coming from Mincha, Mario. How are you, Mario?
Good. Good.
Everything okay?
Baruch Hashem, everything is okay. Oh, here's Ernie.
Oh, there's Ernie. Okay, good.
Hello, glad.
Okay.
15.
Tesvav Kigon Shenatlu Masikim. That we're talking about who took the field away. So it has to be recompensed. If Goyim took the field away from the Goslin, and now the one who was stolen from wants to come to claim his principal, he can only collect, the Karen can be collected even if the Gazlan had sold a piece of land to somebody else. But Nigzalik both payros, but if he wants to be recompensed for the fruit that was the he can only collect from a tot. When it says that the land was taken away from him, it means from based it, not goyim. But Rabba Baravuna lo Amar Karava because we don't care what mechanism the field was taken away. Ravashi says something else. Let's start him Ktani. The two halachas have nothing. It's two different.
You picked up a package, right? Okay.
One case is when a person stole a field that was full of fruit, and then he ate the fruit of then he sold the field. And then when the field is taken away from the purchaser by the one it was stolen from, he can only collect from, for the Karen, he can collect from even land that had been sold. If the person who was stolen from wants to collect payros from the Gazan, then two separate cases. Everything that the one who was stolen from takes from the Gazlan, it's like a return of a debt. And it's like a malval peh, right? An oral loan, and malval peh, no government it's not collected from, even the Karen is not collected from, land that had been sold. He's already been adjudicated in Bezdin about the theft of the land. And it's already, the word is out. But then, Hadar Zavin, he still sold the land. Yochi Paris Nami, why should he be able to collect the Paris from the Mishubadim? Because it was a specific case in Bezdin. Kishamad Bedin ala Karen, V'lomim Bedin ala Peiros. The Bezdin only adjudicated the land itself, not the Peiros. Umay Pascha, why do you divide it up like that? That it was Amoda Bedin by this, but not by this. Because Stoma de Milsa Kitova Inish Karna Tova Beresha. When a person comes to court, he's interested in the main issue, which is the principle. Later on, the other things like Peiros or Shvach will be dealt with. Freik the Gemara, the Sover Shmuel Lokech Migazan Leslie Shvacha, that if somebody buys a piece of land from a Gazlan, does he not have the right also to get recompensed about the shvach if it's taken away from him? V'amar lei, Masur Rav Shmuel Rav China Bar Shilach, that it was told by Rav Shmuel, Imlich v'kosuv shifra shavchu peri, that when you write a star, a sales star, you have to document that if it was improved or payers that he'll be able to collect on that as well. B'mai, what are we talking about? If we're talking about a balchov, a creditor, miasli pair, balchov doesn't get payers. Rav Shmuel balchov goyves a shvach in aval payers low, only improvements but not payers. We're not talking about a sale that is then taken away because somebody had a pre-existing lien. No, we're talking about a purchaser who bought the land from a Gazlan. So on Rav Yosef Karka, the Gazlan has land that he can give back to the lokech. He doesn't have money, but he has land that he can pay it off. Remember, we said if it's money, it looks like ribbis, but he's not going to pay money. He's going to pay land that doesn't look like ribbis. Karka. Are you allowed to pay? That also looks like ribbis. Hasam halva. But when it's a loan, then of course you can't even get back land as payment. But beyond the principal, because it looks like ribbis. But hachazvini, but this is not a loan, it's a sale. So there's no issue of ribbis there. Ikedi amri, when they sold it, they made a special kinyan that the shvach could also be collected. Does that exclude ribbis? Amr lo hasam ba'alva. When you have a loan, then there's ribbis. Hachazvini. So therefore, we're not worried about its appearance like ribbis. Gufa. Amr Shmuel. Bachov goyvis hashvach. That a creditor can also, when he comes to collect, he can collect the improvements. Amr Rava Teda. Shekach koitzav lo moicher loikeya. The purchaser writes in the star, Ana ekim va'ashmi va'adki v'amrin zvinani lon. I will stand by the sale, and if there's any problems that come, I'll take care of them. Inan v'amlin v'shachin v'ekim kadmach, including shvach. Utzvi zvinadana v'kabelaloi. So the seller accepted upon him that obligation. Amar l'Rav Chia baravi l'Rava. Elameyata matona deloksiv be'achi. A star matona that doesn't have that language. So is the Bachov not going to be able to collect the shvach? Amarlo in? No. So how is it ki yafakoch maton b'mecher? Normally we say a maton is stronger than a sale, but here it's just the opposite. Amarlo in yafa v'yafa. Since the one who accepts a matona does not get shvach if it's necessary. So he doesn't have the right, he doesn't have the obligation to give a credit to the shvach. Amrav Nachman. Hamasnis Messiah Leilamar Shmuel. A Baraisa supports Shmuel. V'huna Chavrein Mokim Lo B'mili Achrini. Will also support him with different words. The Tanya. Hamoicher Sar L'Chaver. Person sells a field. And it's taken away from him either through Bezdin or a creditor takes it. Now, the seller obviously had a creditor. So the buyer goes to the seller and says, give me back my money. So Goyves and Acher, so if he doesn't have any money, but he sold land, the buyer can collect what he was lost, even from land that was sold off. But shvach is only goyim from only from metaltal. Huna chavrein mukim lo b'milei achrini. He explains differently. We're talking about belokech migazlam. It's a case where somebody stole a field and then sold it. So the one who was stolen from gets the shvach. Somebody sold a piece of land. The guy who bought it improved it. And the guy who sold the land had a creditor. Uba balchayv the tarfan. He took it away as payment for his debt. When the buyer of the land goes to the seller to get his money back, if the improvement is more valuable than the expenses, he gets paid back from the one who's getting the land back, because you have to give the land back to the original owner. But it's an improved land. So he gets that shvach from the owner of the karka. And the expenses from the creditor. If the expenses were more than the profits, he just gets the expenses as to the amount of the shvach that was there. He gets that from the balchov. Now, Shmuel set up the case like what? If it's a case where somebody stole a field and then sold it, so kasheresha, Because Amar Shmuel, Lekech B'Gazlan, less Shvacha. Shmuel's already said if you buy it from a Gazlan, you don't get paid back the Shvach. Here the Baraisa says you do get the Shvach. Hashan Shmuel. If it's not a Gazlan, but if it's a case of a creditor, Ibalchav who takes the land away, so Kasharesh of this Shefa. Both the Reish and the Sefer of the Baraisa are difficult for Shmuel. So Amar Shmuel, Balchav Goyvis HaShvach, and that's it. So maybe Iboisema, maybe Blokech Migazlan. In the case where you bought it from a Gazlan, Kigon Sheyesh Karka. The Gazlan had land. He was able to pay back with land. Then there's not a problem with ribis. Or Inami Kishakona Miyodo. Or they made a special kinyan about the Shvach. Or Iboisema, we're talking about a Balchov, not a Gazlan. Loikasha, Khan Bishvach, Hamagilik Tifan. It depends how much growth has occurred in the field. If the growth of the produce is all the way up to your shoulders, so you're ready, it's already ready to be harvested and given to people who are going to cart it away, that's like payros. And payros are not given to a bachel. But kan, if it's very low, very early growth, so it's like the land itself, and that is given to the bachel. More about Maitzim b'chol yom, the kamag b'Shmuel, afil b'shvacha megilak tefayim. Shmuel as a dayan would have the bachel get paid off, even if there was shvach growing up to the shoulders, like kasha. Had the matzik be'kashir aru shvacha. Depends how much was owed. If it's owed the amount of the land and the shvach, so that's what Shmuel would collect. And when he didn't collect it, Abdullah matzik be'kashir aru. The amount owed was only the amount worth the land. And the Yoav le'shvach u'masichle, the guy gives him the value of the shvach, and he takes the land, and that's it. Even Stephen. Hanich l'manda omar, iyas le'zu lokeach. Now, if the buyer has money to pay off the creditor, lo matzi masichle le'balcho. Even with money, the Balchov can claim the land because the land was the collateral. So there is a shita that holds that if the guy who bought the land has cash, he can keep the land and give the Balchov the land value. But according to the Manda Omar, who doesn't allow you to do that, shapir, then it'll work. But the Manda Omar, ki isle zuzi lokeach, when the purchaser tries to get rid of the creditor by paying off with cash, instead of giving him the land. So name a lay, so let the buyer say to the creditor, Ilo hayali, even if he doesn't have money, he could say, Ilo hayali, if I had money, I'd be able to get rid of you. I don't have the money. At least havli garva the araba arashir shvacha. At least leave me a piece of land, the value of the shvach, because you owe that to me. This field was a special lien that is special collateral to this loan, the Amerle, where the document says you're going to get paid back from this piece of land. So in that case, Lokach can't get rid of him with money. He has to give him that piece of land. Now, Hikir ba she'ena shalom. A guy buys a piece of land from person A, and he realizes person A it didn't belong to him. He stole it. And even so, he still bought it. The Amarav Mos Yesh. He can get his money back. But Shvach Ein Lo, if he put improvements in, he can't get that back. He knew that the field was stolen. So he shouldn't have put a dime in it. Shmuel goes even further. Afila Mos Ein Lo. He can't get his money back. He knew, buyer beware. He knew from the beginning that it was stolen, yet he went ahead and bought it. Now, what's the machlokas Rav and Shmuel? My kamiflugi. Rav Savar Adam Yudeh Shakar Ein Lo. He knew that the guy didn't own the field. Yet the Gomer V'Nosas HaKesef L'Shum Pikada. So why did he give him cash? just to hold on to the cash, and he's going to get it back. For some reason, maybe the tax collector was going to come and he wanted to get rid of all the cash he had. So if you're going to say that, name Malay l'shem pikadon. Why go through this trickery that I'm buying it? Saying hold on to this cash for me for a while. Sover lo makabel. Some people will hold on to a Ming vase if you go to China, but if your neighbor gives you $1 million in cash, you don't want to. So he did it as if he was purchasing it, and that he knew that it wasn't his. He was going to get his money back. Now, why does Shmuel say he's not even entitled to the money? Shmuel Saradim Yedei Shekar Kein Lo. He knows that the land was stolen. Yet Gomer v'nosen l'shem matana. So he gave to the seller a gift. Why didn't he say, I'm giving it to you as a gift? Some people didn't want, they're embarrassed to accept the gift. So he did it this way. This machlokas has already been studied. The Itmar. HaMekadish is achoisai. You give kiddushin money to your sister, and you say bimas harei ad mekudeshesli. Now, we know that any erva relationship, the kiddushin is not chal. There's no chalos kiddushin. So what are you doing? Knocking your head against the wall? Why are you giving her kiddushin money? Rabba Ramos Chosri. He gets the money back. Shmuel Omer Amos Matana. No, he doesn't get the money back. He gave her a gift. Rabba Ramos Chosrin, because everybody knows Ein Kiddushin Toshim B'Achoisei. There's no Chalois Kiddushin with your sister. And the Gomer V'Nosel Shum Pikado, he's going to China. He had a bunch of cash in his house. So he wants his sister to watch the cash for him. The name Malay L'Shem Pikadon. So why didn't they just give it to her L'Shem Pikadon? Why did he go through this, be miskadish to me? He figured she's not going to want to watch the money. Ushmul Amar Mos Matana. Because Adam Yoder Shei Kiddushin Toshim B'Achoisei. Everybody knows that there's no Kiddushin by a sister. So Gomer V'Nosel Shum Matana, he wanted to give her a gift. So name a Lola Shum Matana. Why didn't he say, here's a gift? Because Ksifa La Milsa, a lot of people don't want to accept gifts. It's embarrassing. So why did I need the same machlokas in both cases? Tricha. Itmar Baha. Regarding the case of selling a piece of land. Maybe Bahaka Amar Rav, that's where Rav says he can get the money back. This is a stranger. People don't just give their money away. So it must be, it's not a matana, it's a pikada. But with a sister, it's related to you. And he wants to give her, maybe he agrees that this is a matana. Because normally she wouldn't accept a matana. The Itmar Bahach, if I would only been told that machlokas by Kiddushin, maybe Bahach Amar Shmuel that the money is a gift. Of a Bahah, by the sale of the land, where you know that it was stolen, maybe Oim made a Rab that it's a Bikotin. So Tzricha, we needed the machlokas in both places. Now, the Gemara asks Bein L'Rav, who says that it's Bikotin. Bein L'Shmuel Domer Matana, Hayla Arav Mai Kanachos. The guy who bought the field, that he knew that it was stolen. When he goes into the field and he starts improving it, it's not his. What schus did he have to do? How did he even eat one for he would speak healing? So Stavar, the purchaser, has the following thought. I'm going to work the land, I'm going to eat in the Paris. Like the moisture did. When the owner of the karka comes, I'll give everything back. I'll get my money back from the guy who sold it to me. So L'Rav Shomer Pikodin, it's a Pikodin. L'Shmud Amar Matana, the money will be a Matana. Amar Rava, how do we pass it? Hilchasa, in the case of a creditor, Yesh Lamos v'Yesh L'Shvach. He gets paid back everything, not just the Karen, but the Shvach. Vavu Bishalo Pirush, even if the Shvach wasn't discussed. However, Hikir Ba She'ena Shalom. If the purchaser knew it was not the seller's, he bought it anyways. Mos Yeshul Shvach Einlo. He only gets the money. He should be smart enough not to invest a penny in it because he's not going to get that back. Now, achrayus, when you have a loan document and it doesn't say that there's a guarantee to the loan with a piece of land, ta'o soferhu. It's a mistake by the sofer because every star, whether it says achrayus or not, it's got to have achrayus. Bein b'shtar yavola, bein b'shtar mekach u'mankar. Whether it's a loan document or a sale document. Okay, we're going to start a new sugya here. So we'll leave this till tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll learn at, let's make it 5 o'clock. Does that work for
Okay.
Unless somebody wants to daven early at 5:35, I don't know.
Ernie, I think we should make it earlier because, I don't know what time davening is going to be. It's going to be 6:15 or something. So,
Okay, we can make it let's make it 4:30.
4:30.
Let me tell you, Young Israel is 5:35. The first mincha, the second one is 6:50.
Well, I'm not going to, I'm not going to any minyanim that are 5:30. Our minyan is at 6:30. We don't have a 5:30 minyan.
Okay, so we do
it's
here.
4:30.
So make it 4:30, I
Yeah.
guess, or 4 o'clock, or 4 o'clock even better, maybe.
We
No?
can do it 4 o'clock.
I'm
Everybody
happy.
okay?
Well, I'm happy to do it 4 o'clock.
Okay,
4
4
o'clock.
o'clock. 4 o'clock is fine too. No problem.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Have a good Shabbos,
Yeah, till
everybody.
tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.